Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your man DVS Alive coming to you on another DVS Friday. What's good? I need to send a shout out to the Hub in Newark. If you were in Newark, New Jersey, and you had kids, I hope you brought them over here to get free book bags. Today was the giveaway. I put it up, I think, on my Facebook page early in the week or the end of last week. But they were giving out. They had like a whole block party situation and. DJ Little Man was out here and they were giving away book bags. It was great. It was the perfect summer, back to school situation for the kids and for the parents. It was so much out here. I came home and it was a whole block party situation happening, which was wonderful. Lots of kids outside. They was out there having dance contests and things. Yeah, I could see from my window across the street. I'm like that. What's the Pearl from 227 sitting in the window watching everybody? That type of situation because I was a little tired. Real. Yeah. For those of you who are watching the website, you know what that was about. That was serious. The second Saturday of this month, also in keeping with the spirit of going back to school and the kids. The party, Humble Beginnings, 30 Maple Avenue in Montclair, New Jersey. Whatever the second Saturday is, just check your calendar. It's always the second Saturday. Again, 30 Maple Avenue in Montclair, New Jersey. And this is our season of giving back. The last 4 months of the year, we give back. So in September obviously is for the kids going back to school. So we ask all the patrons of the party to bring school supplies. And we disseminate them to kids who can't afford or who just need school supplies. Anything, notebooks, pens, paper, staple, whatever it is, you can, they have sales now everywhere. Everything is $1. So go spend $10 or $5, whatever it is, and bring some school supplies to Humble Beginnings. And we will get them to some children. Let's get the kids back to school with everything they need to learn. Not that that's another show. Anyway. And Casio. I'm going to be doing a situation with him because he's also doing something for the kids, and I'll have more information on that. It's they had to change the venue, but he's written a book and he did an album, and the proceeds are going to go to an organization that's going to help children. He's starting an organization to help children. He's a clinician, and he's worked with different populations, and he knows that the kids are the ones. You get them when they're younger. It's a bit easier to guide them. And that's what he's trying to do. So I wish this brother much success. He and you'll see the flyers. I'll post them later. So that y'all can collab and come out. It's grown, it's sexy. You know what I mean? That's what it is. But again, tonight, y'all know, all of my deviants out there, y'all know that, I put up this isn't usually Lachey's Friday. But I have a special guest that coming later in the month who needed to switch. So Lachey was going to come today, but again, he's not feeling well. So please keep him in your prayers. Make sure that he's all right. And the young lady that I have here today. Now, Lachey, he wasn't feeling well at I think he sent me a message at 7:43. Obviously, the show starts at 8 o'clock. So I'm like, and I thought I was going to have to talk the whole time. Anybody who knows me knows I hate talking. And she said yes. She was like, yeah. And I had her booked to come. I think, was it later this month? Mm-hmm. It was later this month.
The 22nd.
The 22nd. She was going to come the 22nd. But look at God. We right here today. Perfect opportunity. It was meant for you to come and speak today. So we want to welcome Denisa Williamson.
Mm-hmm. Denisa Williamson. So, a brief introduction. So, just a brief introduction. My name is Denisa Williamson. I am the Chief Operating Officer here at the Hub. Help us become better. I am really active in the community as well as far as education. I do chair the Parents Association at my daughter's school at Team Academy. So I am the chair of the parent partnership team there to help bring the community back into the classroom so that it doesn't feel like it's just the parent that's always talking. We come in as a community, and it really assists the parents in understanding everything about education, We do different workshops, how to get ready for parent-teacher night, even up to if your child has an IEP, an individual education plan. So we do those things as well.
Nice. Very nice.
Mm-hmm.
And here at the hub, I guess you're going to try and bring those two worlds together.
Yes, actually. We have a workshops that are coming up in October, in the beginning of October. So in the beginning of October, we're going to do a workshop on IEPs for those parents who have children who have challenges in education, to be able to help the parent get ready for an IEP, how to ask for one. If you feel like your child needs an evaluation as far as education, psychological behavior, we're going to do a workshop here in the first week of October. And as soon as we do that, I will let you know so you can announce it to your parents so that they know. And then we also have a couple of...
Y'all say hi to Tanya real quick. I'm sorry. There you go.
Oh, here I go. Now, what am I here? Yeah, I was at the block party all day, so I do look a little
It's all right. It's all right.
So what was I saying? Oh, so we have those workshops coming, and we have a couple of things coming up now that we partner with two high schools on September the 11th, because we all know that our community is in a state of emergency, and we have a 911 state of emergency on 9/11 to bring back the spirit of the community on Prince Street. What that's going to look like is we partnered with Youth Build. They now have a high school, as well as one other school. I'm going to think about the name for a second because it just escaped me. And on September 11th, we're going to have 150 kids come out and talk, deal with their trauma and drama that they've dealt with in the school. They're going to be building hearts of love, and we're going to have a wall of love where we're going to be able to have something symbolic to everyone that they've lost or any traumatic experience that they've lost.
Wow.
And that's on the 11th.
That's a lot. Oh my God. Okay, so you guys know that we always advocate for community-based organizations and getting involved in volunteering with those organizations in your neighborhood. So if you had the time, and I did some math. If everybody just gave 1 hour of their time a week, 1 hour a week, you have 39,000 hours we could get done in a year of volunteering. If you just do 1 hour a week. That's all we're asking, 1 hour a week. Go to the organization, say, look, this is my night that I don't have too much, or the kids are out at their activities a little bit later. Is there anything you can find that, you need help with that I can help you with? I think that would be awesome if everybody let's start a campaign for that. 1 hour a week, just one. That's not overwhelming. That's not too much. Just 1 hour a week, right?
That would be great. Because here at the Hub, we have quite a few different things for our community, and being able to really involve our kids and give them someplace safe to be able to go and feel that they're welcome. So once you come into the Hub, we always say that you're like family. So we have, on the 11th, like I said, we have the daily healing, but also on the 16th, we're having a tween party where we're promoting the kids to be able to have someplace to party and have fun. Nice. That's going to be highly supervised. On the 16th.
Now, what's the age ratings that you're looking for to come to this party?
Well, this is our tween party. So the tween party is going to be between the ages of 10 and 15.
Okay.
And then we're going to have a teen party in October, but this is for the tweens. Okay. Because a lot of our middle schoolers always say...
They feel left out.
Exactly. Yeah. And when I grew up, I don't know if anybody remembers the Blessed Sacrament days. If you were from the south side of Newark, you remember Blessed Sacrament. We used to have a disco every month where we can come out and just dance and hang out. And that's what we're trying to bring. Like some place where the kids can go once a month and be able to just hang out, dance, party with their friends, and know that they're going to be safe, and that the parents are going to be safe as well.
That is so awesome. That is so awesome.
And we're going to keep it at like a really nominal fee of just $2 for girls, $3 for boys, so that way that like they can come party and they can sell refreshments and just like something that the adults do, but just appropriate.
Nice.
Yeah.
Awesome. That's
we have a lot going on.
I think I don't know if my nephew here acts a little bougie. I don't know if you want to come, but we gonna find out. Hey, Monica and Marie, sound like Eid Mubarak. And it just escaped me just that fast. I was getting ready to ask something about the IEPs. You mentioned the IEPs earlier, and what I think a lot of parents may or may not know. What are the indicators that your child may need an IEP?
Okay. some of the indicators that your child may need an IEP, and these are just like baseline indications. If you see that your child is not really paying attention in school, if a lot of times like the teachers won't say it, if they act out a lot, like if there's a particular subject that comes up and the child is continuously acting out in that class, you might want to ask. Active communication with your kid is first.
Right.
So asking your child, like what's going on in that class. They may not be able to read the information, or they may not be grasping the information. You want to check to see like how off, like what their grades are looking like, if they're on target. Because if the teacher feels like they're off target, there may be a reason why they're off target. So find out why they're off target. Inattention is one, and it's not. Inattention doesn't automatically always mean ADHD. Because in my personal opinion, ADHD is this dumping ground of where they're going to diagnose all our children in our community, and there's a reason for that. The primary reason is that, I don't know if all your listeners know or parents know in general, is that when your child is diagnosed with ADHD, they can get funding, so they can get Social Security, and once they're medicated. But they have other issues that can be treatable, like ODD, which is something that you don't get disability services for, but you can still get an individual education plan if your child has ODD. So they may need a behavioral plan.
And what is ODD for people?
Oppositional defiance disorder. So if your child is oppositional, so sometimes they say, I don't know why my child did this. Oppositional defiance disorder talks about vindictiveness, and if they're doing something just to be vindictive, they may not know why they're doing it. It may be just something as far as like a chemical imbalance that they may have, and that still can be addressed in the IEP, which is and what they would do is a behavioral intervention plan, a behavioral assessment, to be able to determine if the behaviors have any correlation to the work or any correlation to the parent. And that's why we're bringing a trauma recovery center to New Jersey, because of that simple reason. Because our kids don't know how to deal with trauma. They don't know how to deal effectively with drama. How could they? Because their brains haven't completely developed yet. Right. So they only have one idea of how to deal with that. And those are the things that you can find out when asking for your child to be evaluated.
Okay. I want to say real quick, anybody, what's up, Rohan? What's up, Miss Ross? The boss, Miss Ross. For any of you guys who want to call in, the number is 973-900-6453. Again, the number is 900-6453. I had an Alzheimer's moment. 6453. 900-6453. For questions, we have somebody who is in the school system here to answer some questions for parents who may have a child that's been either diagnosed or suspects their child may need an IEP. That's what we're discussing right now. And the other thing I need you guys to do is share this video. Right now, I need everybody to hit the share button and let other people put this out there for other people, because even if it's not your child or a child that you know, somebody else may need this information. So that's why we are having this conversation right now. So you were talking about the money that comes into the school system once kids are medicated.
Yeah, well, every school, and I forget the exact amount. So every student gets a certain amount when they go into a school system. So depending on if they're in a special education program, the school gets more funding for a special education child. So sometimes they push you into having your child need special education when they don't need it. They may need something different. Right. But they'll push your child because you'll get more funding for a child. And these are things that you could just Google yourself and find out how much funding one child would get, and opposed to the funding they would get for a child that's in special education. So my personal theory is the reason why they do push children to have these diagnoses that would require special education is because they'll get additional funding for that.
And what's crazy about that is you have all of these kids who are diagnosed with these disorders, all this extra money coming into the system, and yet the schools don't get that much better. The treatment, the material that the kids have. I mean, they built some new schools, but I don't think that they have come up to code with everything, particularly like the schools the schools that are in older buildings. Was it a year or two ago? It was a thing with the water. Where all of the water, they said just, it was the water in the school system, but the water in the school system is the same water in the city.
Yeah.
So how are y'all saying that it's only the schools? So the residents shouldn't worry. It's just the schools. But how long has it been that way? And if there was somebody who was in the school system, like I had an aunt and she retired.
Mm-hmm.
She had been in the school system for like 30 years.
Yeah.
So should she be checked for lead poison? Like if those are answers that we're starting the conversation, and that's part of what it is. Like I don't understand when you get all this money coming in, how is it being used? How is it being utilized? Do you guys see a difference in your kids' schools and in the materials that they get? Do you?
Well, I tell you this, and this is like my own opinion, not any other affiliation, not the hub, not anybody. This is Denise.
The opinions expressed is solely those.
Exactly. My opinion. So we clear where we coming from. My personal opinion is number one is that, and I'm sure that I'm compromised. A lot of parents are a little lazy in the way in which to advocate for their child.
Wow.
So what happens is that if the school knows that you're not going to check, if the school knows that you're not keeping a log, because one of the things, two things that have to be considered always in anything that comes with special education is that they want to know the intensity and the frequency. So if the parent doesn't really keep a track of how often this happens, how intense it happens, is it escalating? Was in 5th grade, were they getting B's, and now 6th grade they're getting C's, and 7th grade they got D's, and you're not keeping up with the data to force the educators to actually pay attention, then they're not. Wow. They're overwhelmed. We reduced the amount of schools, but we still have the same amount of kids. So I'm not, I'm not saying that the parents aren't the ones that also at fault as well. We have to pay attention as parents and advocate for our kids and say, hey, this is what my child needs. This is what you told me you were going to get. This is what they said you were going to give my child. If they're not getting it, you still have to go back and say, hey, I need an emergency IEP. I need to have a meeting with you. The IEP isn't being followed. And ask questions. And even if your child doesn't have an IEP, you still need to go in and ask questions. That's why we're having a workshop on how to prepare for a parent-teacher meeting. Because if a child is failing, if your child gets an F and you don't find out that your child is getting an F until the end of the marking period, what was the steps? What was the protocol in the school? How was they supposed to contact me? How was we supposed to stay in touch? The parents have to do those things as well, opposed to just asking and accepting an F.
Right.
There's still a relationship, and I think education, we need to understand that education is a reciprocal relationship. It's not all teacher needs to do. It's some work that parents need to do as well.
Absolutely. You said that what was the your involvement in the school system again?
Right now, well, my involvement, I have my shirt on. I went to USC to get my master's in social work. I'm actually finishing my master's now.
Congratulations.
Thank you. So I did work inside of the school for a school that shall remain nameless. I did work inside of school on the child study team, and helping prepare and create IEPs. So, and then I went to school with a specialization in children and family. And one of my concentration is in school.
Okay. And you mentioned earlier that you volunteered at which school?
I work as the chair, the Parents Association chair at Teen
the
Academy.
Association chair.
It's a parent partnership. It's like a PTA, but we call it a parent partnership because we keep in the forefront that it's a reciprocal relationship. So it's a partnership with the school, so it's a parent partnership, not just a parent association.
Now, is that a charter school?
It is.
Okay. And what's the difference? As I know there's a difference, and there are a lot of charter schools popping up all over the city of Newark, and some people like them and some people don't. So what's your experience with that?
With charter schools? Well, so firstly, let me say that I went to Catholic school. I didn't go to traditional school. So so right now the big conversation